Hey, this is Jesse with Create This. So today we're going to take a look at Google Earth VR, which everyone has been raving about since it came out, and it is indeed very cool. Unfortunately, the only preview that I have of Google Earth VR on the monitor here is the left and the right eye views. And I really don't like doing that, but that's all that they give you that I can tell. So I could do just the left eye or just the right eye, but with just the left eye, it shows up in the center of the screen. So I figured I'd just give you the left and the right, and hopefully you guys can see enough of that that you can get an idea what's going on. But I'll talk about it also as I'm in there. I'm using the HTC Vive today. I actually do have an Oculus Rift at this point. The touch controllers are still not released. They're in pre-order as of the filming of this video. And I don't think Google Earth is available for the Oculus Rift yet, but I think that's going to change very soon. So we're going to do the Vive, and I'll talk you through some of the cool aspects of this, and I'll also talk about some of the things that I think could be improved. All right. Okay, so I am currently inside the demo application, and in front of me is some big crater. Maybe a canyon. Maybe this is the Grand Canyon. I'm not real sure. I have a choice now in my left and my right hand here. I can replay the welcome or I can start. And I'm going to go ahead and start because the welcome isn't that interesting. When you get Google Earth VR, by all means go through the welcome, but I'm just going to dive right in. Okay, so what I've done is I have exited the welcome tour, and now in front of us we have the Earth. This is probably a little bit hard for you to see, but it is pretty incredible. It is about this far out from me, in front of me, and it is round. I can see it. I mean, you get a sense of like scale looking at it. It's very blue, the blue marble. Underneath me, there is a star field, and there's kind of a cross hatchwork pattern that I'm standing on. That might bother some people, but I find that it's just enough that I don't get that immediate jolt of, oh, I'm going to fall, It seems fine to me. These lines outside my reach here are my bounding boxes, which are pretty much the same thing as my carpet here on the ground. So if you see those while I'm doing this demo, just keep in mind that that's what that is. All right, so the first thing that we can do is as we have these two controllers, right? And in this controller over here on my right, where I point with the controller, there is a dot. And as you hold down the trigger on the controller, you can drag the world around, okay? So the first thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to show you my favorite use case for Google Earth VR so far. And that is, I have this photo that I took when I visited San Francisco. I actually stood in this spot, I took this photo myself, and I was the only one there. None of my family was there with me, although I was sending them pictures from my cell phone and such as I was taking the photo. I love this scene, it's very cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you there, and you'll actually get to see where I stood and look at the bridge from the perspective that I looked at it. And I'll talk about some of the surrounding scenery. I did this with my kids. It was such a cool way to show them, the actual location where I took the photo, to really put it in perspective for them. So, all right, so we're back in Google Earth VR. Let's find San Francisco on the globe here. Okay, so that looks like North America in front of me. There's Florida right there. So I'm going to zoom in on California. And the way I do that is I press up on the trackpad to fly towards it. I don't think I have to point at it. I think I can just look at it. No, I do have to point at it. Okay, so you have to point at it with the cursor. And as you zoom in, this is the only way to find things in Google Earth right now. I wish that there was a virtual keyboard so that I could type things, but there is not. So this is the only way to find a location that you're looking for. Hopefully they'll add that in the future, the ability to type in a street address or something like that. That'll make a lot of things much easier. Okay, so there's San Francisco right there. It keeps kind of popping in and out of existence. As I zoom in more, it's right there. Okay, so now I'm just going to take a moment to describe what I'm seeing. Okay, so if I just stand here and I look straight ahead, it looks like there's a wall maybe twice an arm's length in front of me. Okay, and it looks totally flat, and it's got, you know, the entire North American continent, and everywhere that I look, these little city things pop up, okay? It's so cool. If I look over to the very side, I can see the terminator of the globe. So that's where and you can see that it's round. I just gotta say, you people who believe that the Earth is flat, wow, you just need to try Google Earth VR, seriously. I mean, it really puts it into perspective for you. I think you're all crazy, by the way. All right, so there's San Francisco, so we're going to zoom in further. All right, and already, let's drag this into the middle here. Already, we can see all of this stuff. I know from experience that this area right here is the Golden Gate Bridge. So, and I also know that the location where I took that photo is right over here. So I'm just going to zoom in on that location. And as I get closer and closer, you see more and more. If you give it a chance, if you stop zooming and you give it a chance, you see more and more details. And you can actually see the Golden Gate Bridge. You can see the spires sticking up now. It's awesome detail. But I know from experience that the place that I was called Hawk Hill. So I'm going to zoom in there. Okay, and at this point, this is as far in as I can go. And if I look out, I mean, it's a little disorienting because I can see the height of the mountains, and it's like I'm on Discworld or something. Pretty incredible. So at this point, what I'm going to do is on my left controller, so far everything that I've done has been on my right controller. On my left controller, there's the trackpad says tilt Earth down. So I'm going to hit that, and suddenly the Earth folds down in front of me, okay? And now I'm like a massive giant, like maybe 5 times higher than the Golden Gate Bridge, something like that. And I can drag all of this stuff around if I want to. And as soon as you let go, like when you drag, it gives you this little round portal. And I think they do that for like download processing reasons, for speed, internet bandwidth, stuff like that. But then when you let go, it downloads everything else that's around you and renders it all. So, all right, so we're interested in Hawk Hill up here. So I'm going to go close to it. And now that the Earth has been tilted down, I can zoom in even further. So I'm just going to point at it and look at it. All right, and I just want to point out some features of this. I think this area showed up in the recent Transformers movie or something. It's very cool. It used to be like a gun emplacement or something. I read about it when I was up there, and when I was here, there was a guy flying a DJI Inspire 1 drone out over the bay here, and I was kind of bummed out that I didn't bring my Phantom. But anyway, so there's a parking lot right there, and that is where I parked. And then I went through this tunnel. You can kind of, if I lean down, you can kind of see the entrance to that tunnel right there. Can I get even closer? Yeah, I can. You can see the entrance to that tunnel right there. And I believe that tunnel comes out on the back side, and then you come out over here, and there's like a staircase right there. And so I walked up the hill, and there's kind of like a concrete platform up here. It's such an interesting place. And then I walked all the way over here, and I stood right here in this little open area. And there was somebody, when I was there was somebody shooting like wedding photos or something, or engagement photos. That was kind of interesting. And so this is as close as I can get to the ground. When I fly in, that's as close as I get. I think in certain areas, like in cities and stuff, I think you can actually go down to ground level. But unless I'm missing something, this is as small as I can make myself. But you can clearly make out the parking lot right there. You can see some cars parked, and you can see quite a bit of detail in this area, which is really cool. I mean, the scenery in this area is just beautiful. It's gorgeous. It's all like low shrubs. There's some trees and stuff, but it's cool. It's classic California. So, yeah, so if I kneel down right here and I get real close to the ground, you can kind of see the area that I was at. And I can't give you the exact view that I had whenever I took the photo, because I was about, an inch off of the ground. And when you're that low to the ground, this road down here doesn't show up. But, you can clearly see that this is the same area where I took the photo. Just incredible. And there's fog that comes in from the bay and it rolls over the Golden Gate Bridge. Sorry, many of you watching this are probably in California and you think I'm an idiot because you live here. You're probably in San Francisco, but for those of us that are on the East Coast like me, it's a pretty cool sight. I grew up watching Full House and stuff, so, Anyway, yeah, so that's the coolest use case, I think. Like, if you have somewhere that you've been that you want to show other people, you can do it. I mean, you can just pull it up and fly down to it and show people what it looks like. Let's see. When I was over at the bridge, there was an area over here underneath the bridge. I don't know if I actually went down there or not, but I remember watching people walk around down here. Let's see if we can see it. There's the bridge. Yeah. That's cool. Whoop. Bumped me up again, up above it. Yeah, so this area right here, pretty cool. I don't know, I don't remember a whole lot about it, but I remember there being a road down here, and I kind of wish that I went down here and walked around a little bit when I was here. Anyway, so let's take another use case. Say you're a photographer, right? And you're interested in taking some landscape photos, and you are, testing your shot out. Maybe you're like me. Maybe you use this program called the Photographer's Ephemeris. It's a pretty cool program. It's an app for like an iPhone or an iPad or something like that. And what it allows you to do is it allows you to get an idea of where the sun is going to rise and set. It lets you know what the sunset time is and the sunrise time and things like that. Well, Google Earth VR gives you a poor man's version of that. I really wish that they would improve and build on what they do. But basically what you can do is you can look up in the sky right here and you can click on the sun and you can drag it. So if I want it to be dusk, or maybe that's sunrise. That might be sunrise, I'm not sure. But if I want it to be dusk, I just place the sun where I want it, and there we go. That's what this scene looks like. Now, let's see. Let's put it over here on the other side. Sunset, probably, maybe? Maybe that's sunrise. I'm not sure. I'm all turned around. Anyway, yeah. So this is a very cool feature. It's like the Photographer's Ephemeris on crack, except I don't know what time of year that is, because the sun kind of rises and sets. I think it moves. I think it rises and sets at different points in the year. I could be wrong about that, but there's no way for me to say this is October or this is January or whatever and see, what everything looks like at that time. And also, there's no way for me to tell what time of day it is. Is it 5 o'clock? Is it 8 o'clock? Is it 9 o'clock? But it does allow you to preview the scenery in different lighting, which is really cool, I think. I think there are some, I think things cast shadows. Yeah, so there's the shadow of the bridge right there. What happens when we move this to the other side? Does it cast it on the other side? I'm not seeing the shadow move. No. Not seeing the shadow move. So maybe those shadows are actually satellite renderings or something. So that's a little weird. But still, it's a neat feature. All right, so I'm kind of weird. I like bridges. So let's go visit another bridge. This is a bridge that is in my hometown, Chattanooga. This is where I live. And this is my daughter's favorite bridge in the city. So let's see if we can go find this one. I've never been here in Google Earth VR, so this is a first for me. Okay, so again, I'm looking at North America, the United States. So I'm going to zoom in and roughly where I think Tennessee is. There's Tennessee. Okay, I'm going to look for Chattanooga. There it is. Zoom into Chattanooga. And let's see, which bridge is this? It's actually a bridge that goes over a road to a museum. Looking at this, it should be in the art district, so it's probably right here-ish. Let's go ahead and flip the Earth so that we're standing on it. And zoom in. Okay, so this is one of my favorite places in Chattanooga. This is a walking bridge. And it's an old, I think they used to actually drive cars down this bridge, maybe in the 20s or 30s or something, I don't know. But these days, you're not allowed to have motorized vehicles on this bridge, but it's an old, I don't know what the term is for that kind of bridge, but it's all like steel and rivets. Yeah, it's interesting. And that boat out there on the horizon, let's take a look at this boat. This is called the Delta Queen. This is a river steamboat. This is no longer in Chattanooga, it's somewhere else now. But it was here for a number of years. So apparently when these satellite images were taken, it was still here. And so this is the Market Street Bridge. It has another name. I don't remember the name of it, the official name. And that's the Walnut Street Bridge, I believe, the walking bridge. And so this is really cool. They've even got the little spires, and I can kind of reach out and I can even like almost touch them right there. It's so cool. And this is a drawbridge, so this raises up and boats can go underneath. But let's fly towards that green glass bridge. This is right over here. So this is the green glass bridge. And if I kneel down super far, maybe even get real close to the ground here, you can maybe see it. You can maybe see the resemblance. You can see there's this rock outcropping right here, and there's another rock outcropping right there, and there's the museum in the background. And now, if we switch real quick from that view back to the photo, there you go. There's one rock outcropping right there. There's the other rock outcropping right there, and the museum in the background. So there you have it. Pretty cool stuff, right? Google Earth VR. Go get yourself an HTC Vive or an Oculus Rift and go try it out. And if you can't buy one or you don't want to buy one, find a friend who has one. Super cool. You got to try it.